Hello everyone, my name is Kamlesh, and in this video we will look into the homogeneous data structures, uh, which is matrix and arrays. So we will start with the matrix part of it. So matrix is a two-dimensional arrangement. It's a homogeneous data structure. Here on the right side I have shown a way in which a matrix can be seen. So we have like different fields. Here I've just taken three fields, so we can have three different fields, and it's a 3 by 3 matrix is what we see here. It can contain elements of same class only, so we usually store, like if suppose we are storing numbers, we store numbers. If we are storing characters, we store characters. And here I've just taken one example where we have tried to store just numbers. So these are like in a classroom. In a classroom setting, we can think of, there are three students named as John, Kevin, and Shane, and they are their marks in three different subjects like physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And these are the numbers that they have scored in that particular examination. So now let's go to our data structures, and let's try to understand how this particular data matrix will start executing. So here what I've tried to do is I've tried to store up a certain list with a name as student.physics.marks. Execute this, and in the same way some integer numbers, the one that we saw in that diagram, the same are I have tried to kind of save in this particular setting. Now, in this particular code, what we have tried to do is we have just tried to C bind, that is column bind. So these three columns, the way we saw there, we have physics, chemistry, and mathematics. In the same way, I have just tried to column bind all these three different numbers. So we will just execute that, and now we can see how my student dot marks looks like. So the same way, the numbers that we had there, I've just stored them in a certain structure in student dot marks, and I can also look at its data frame, its class. So we can see that it is like different integers are there, and the dimension is of two different lists are there. One is of null and other is having characters. Why is it saying null? Is because we don't have row names right now, so I just insert the row names of them as well, the same that I mentioned there. So I just use the function row names in student.marks, the object that we named. Now there is a different way to store this particular data, okay, using matrix function as well. So I just store it in this one. If you look at it, the numbers are still the same, 56, 78, 90. You can look at here as well. Then we have 45, 43, and 78, and then 98, 43, and 67. Now, what I define in this matrix is I want three different columns and three different rows, and I want to store by columns, because if you remember, I did a column bind. I want to store by columns. In that, what will happen? These three numbers, they appear as columns here. Okay. If I would have done by row equals true, it would have stored by rows. So it would have been just transpose of this. 56, 78, and 90 would have come like this. Okay, for John, which would have been incorrect. So that's how I've just tried. We will just execute this command now for matrix, and it stores the different numbers here in the same setting. So this is our metric structure. Now I can look into something like the dimension of student marks underscore 1, which is my matrix, and I execute this. So I look into it that it's a 3 cross 3 matrix. So this is about this particular video. What we will do is in the next video we will look into how we can do subsetting and different common operations on matrices. Thank you.